Yeah, folks, Quillyteen here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Some Starfield, Quillyteen Space Trucker Edition. We are on our way to where? Oh, into the unknown. Yes. That's right. I wonder, we can set a course. I wonder if it's gonna just, what order it's gonna go into. If I go to set a course now, where's it sending us? To Procyon 3. All right, I don't think we've been there yet. Level 10 kind of zone, which is a little higher than we are. I think we're level 8 character. Should we look into maybe building a space base first? You know, I think it's kind of time. Yeah, all right, I dig it. So yeah, let's do some surveying, or not some surveying, it's not what I meant to say. Where are we gonna go? I think one of the spots that's quite nice early on, I think it's in the Narian system? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, Sumati and Adrafon both have some really good potential for a first little base. Let me click on Sumati itself, mostly because I think it's quite pretty. Set course, yump. So we can do a scan from orbit. Yeah, see, it's got copper, which is nice early on. I know that one of the spots that's highly recommended for a lot of like early time first bases is Adrafon, because it's actually quite easy. If we go and quickly set a course to the moon of Adrafon, it's quite easy to get a spot that overlaps and does at least 2, if not 3 resources. Now, we don't have like the super upgrade. Wow, nice asteroid belt. If you go into like scanner mode, we can sometimes see some extra things.
Hello, stranger. I just finished cooking up some food.
Wait, what?
If you want to come on over, just pop on by.
I mean, it could be a trap, but Quillyteen Space Trucker is not going to say no to a meal cooked by Grandma. It's not our actual grandma, is it? That would be crazy.
All right, let's cycle that airlock and get aboard.
Okay.
That was a pleasant change of scenery.
It feels like, are we going into like, are we going to get like thrown into an oven and cooked after being fattened up? Not shepherd's pie. Nom 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 nom. No, we're not actually eating it directly, but... Oh my god, look at the rug! Sealant. Oh, we do need that for quite a few things. What we need still is cosmetic for some of our weapon mods and things. Alright, so... Awesome bread? Creature jam? Chicken masala? Or masala? Oh. I mean, I feel a little bit bad stealing from Grandma, but... Spaghetti carbonara. And we can interact with the galley and cook. Let's go up probably just one floor. I suspect the upper floor is just a docking port. Are you Grandma?
Well, hello. Was hoping you'd drop by. The worst part of space travel is having to eat alone. I used to eat with my better half every meal until he passed. I've got plenty. I hope you're hungry.
I'm worried that we're about to get poisoned, because I'm just, you know, absolutely suspicious of everything in video games. Pleasure to meet you. Nice to see someone face to face. Got to be a catch and trick or gimmick. What happened to your... I'm gonna go with 3.
Well, don't go expecting a 3-course meal, but besides that, I finally retired last year, and I've been traveling all over. I wish I could have done this when I was younger, but it's still a treat. My grandkids are mortified that I'm out here. Positively livid.
Do you not have a name other than
Wouldn't believe the
grandmother?
characters I've encountered.
And your ship's called Grandma? This is dangerous. Grandkids have a right to be worried. Find that space tends to attract eccentric personalities. Surprised you're not with your grandkids. What's the strangest thing you've encountered?
I invited this one fellow over for a meal, like yourself. So he boards the ship, stark naked. Turns out he was one of them old-style nudists. He said in space, no one ever knew. But Lord knows I noticed.
I guess in response to that, I'll say I find that space tends to attract eccentric personalities.
Don't you know it? So, what do you think of the settled systems? I can't believe there are so many stars, planets, moons, and whatnot. It makes my head spin just thinking of it.
Love it. More to see, more than you can see in a single lifetime. It's big and empty. I prefer real gravity. Meeting new people is my favorite part of space. Give 1,000 credits for Saturday Hour. Need anything? Maybe take this donation to help? I mean, that's weird. She hasn't even, like, prompted us contextually for anything that would make it seem like she needs the money. I don't mind giving her some cash, but it just feels like it's going to come out of nowhere. So I'm going to go with 1. I love it. There's more to see than you can in a single lifetime.
Ain't that the truth? I'm afraid I'm worn out, dear heart. I'm at the tail end of a very long day. But feel free to grab some extra food or whatnot. I've got plenty. It was a real pleasure meeting you.
Should I given her the money? Would
I
have
have
gotten
something I need to discuss with you.
You've got something you need to discuss with me?
Thanks for taking the time to talk. I wanted to ask you about the artifact you found on Vectera. When you pulled it from the rock, held it in your hands for the first time.
Everyone keeps asking us this. I mean, I did have visions, heard sound and music. Difficult to describe. All right, you know what? I'll answer.
No, I don't think you understand. I know about the visions, the light, and the music.
Okay.
How did you feel inside? What were your thoughts?
Mind, body, were out of sync. Powerful raw energy was coursing through my veins. It was like being instantaneously pulled across the entire galaxy. Actually, it did sort of look like that.
Oh my goodness. That must have been terrifying. When it comes to the artifacts, it never ceases to amaze me how the science, well...
You know, her jacket is giving me very Martha Jones vibe. Doctor Who? Companion? Right? She had sort of a red leather jacket. I don't know if it was actually shaped or cut like this, but hey, Grandma. Yeah, it's a bit of an understatement.
True. But hey, how else would you describe it? The artifacts are so different, so alien, and I'm certain one of them reached out and spoke to you.
Oh, I want to give her the money. I have no problem giving her the cash, but it felt like it was so weirdly unprompted. Oh, I got the long hauler background here. Hey, it finally comes up. It's like nothing I've ever encountered before, and I've crossed the settled systems.
Yes, precisely. You'd think, after our combined years of space travel, one of us would have stumbled across some answers, but unfortunately, we're empty-handed.
Experience must be incredibly frustrating. It's certainly a unique obsession. Perhaps you're not getting enough support from your colleagues. It's got to be frustrating.
Frustrating? No. Bewildering? Yes. It would be... oh, well... an explorer's dream to solve a mystery like this.
Get to the bottom of this mystery together. Never mind the dream thing of the fame. Still not convinced there's a mystery to solve. I mean, you know, there's resistant, and then there's just, like, dumb. Like, of course there's kind of a mystery. We'll get to the bottom of the mystery together.
I knew I picked the right person for the job. Look, I wanted to thank you for taking the time.
I mean, you know, cranky old space trucker guy or not, at some point you got to be a little curious, right?
Well, I'm pleased we're on this journey together. It's the best decision I've made in quite a long time.
Plus, there's got to be a reason that we're gonna, you know, play the game. Meatloaf. Oh, that drawing. Oh, that might be her hubby. Well, we're gonna take all your stuff. I hope you don't mind. Eat your supper first. Sweet rolls! He really doesn't mind us taking all this. Dal makhani. Kiffles? Sweet dessert pastry of spiced and sugared walnuts. Sorry. I have a walnut thing. Rolled in dough and covered in powdered sugar. Books? What an interesting encounter.
I'm just gonna grab a quick nap.
Okay, you do that. I'm gonna apparently just fall down. Really, there should be railings around this. We're gonna check the upstairs too, although I suspect it's just the hatch. you don't mind if I take absolutely everything you own,
Keep
right?
on traveling, dear heart.
All right, that kind of looks like everything to me. Yeah, we'll check upstairs. Oops, I was hoping I could do it with the booster jump. I probably can, but I don't think I timed it right.
Meeting you.
It was a real pleasure meeting you too. Oh no! Oh, how lovely! Wait, this is the cockpit up here? Yeah, I might have to do some ship redesigns. That's great. I mean, I'm robbing this woman. But I guess that's fine. Or something. Alright, I think I checked everything out down here, too, so... Alright, back to our ship we go.
All right, let's get this crate into space.
Yeah, well, actually, about that, we're actually going to land and look for a place to make it out. Well, here's the thing. I don't know if I'm at anywhere near the resources for anything, but we could at least, like, plan a spot, right? So... where is this saying? I cannot travel? Okay, in orbit, it's around Mata. Oh, I'm docked! Undock. Strange that doesn't auto-undock.
We're
But...
free and clear for flight.
Alright. So now... Moon. Scan. Right, so helium, aluminum, iron... and then some rare stuff that we can't scan from orbit. Now, these planets are procedurally generated, so everyone's going to have slightly different layouts. But I'm wondering, if we put a base right here, it might be able to reach the aluminum and the iron while still having access to the H3. That might be our best bet for an intersection. Or over here. Might be even a little closer. If we were to land right here on top of the H3. Let's try that. Payload skill. Make guard ships less likely to detect contraband. Well, I don't know if we're going to be space smuggler.
Bird on the ground.
But maybe. I think we want a ship with some secret compartments. Alright. Well, we definitely have some different biomes very nearby, which is nice. Let's exit. Go into scanning mode and see what kind of ground resources we got. So... okay. I don't think we've got any resources right here, because it would show up as a ground glow. Like right there, okay. Oh, beryllium! Okay, so that's, I mean, it's not super rare. I guess the 1-star would just be uncommon. So yeah, you want these underground deposits are the ones that you can like build bases on and get stuff. Let me go over here quickly loot. Oh, I got instant lung damage. Oh, it's not a lootable resource. Oh, that's annoying. Like this one here, H3, but it's also in a gas cloud. All beryllium. I don't know if this is where we're gonna want to be. Now, you can mine surface beryllium. That's different. Now, I know sometimes it's easier to find the resources, weirdly, not by being in the resource map mode. Right? If we're looking over here, we got show resources. Right? But it's also biome-based. So if you turn it off, and you can actually see some of the landscape changes. So... but if we can find the helium and if we can find more stuff here and get the beryllium, that's going to be fantastic. There's no actual compass on this, which is annoying. Or maybe, okay, that might be north facing. There's an extra little arrow. I keep looking for an N, which I'm not seeing. And there's definitely a biome change this way. Okay, let's take a little hike. Try not to get any more lung damage. Because again, it's not super duper common. I'll mine some more, although it also means we don't need it as often as far as I know. It's more underground beryllium. So I'm looking for another rich underground deposit, if possible. Whoa, Europium. Very. This is like, I think, max exotic. 3 stars there. I don't know if the 3 dots are in the base game. They might be. Because I know I also get those icons in my inventory from mods, but maybe on the scanner here. And that's just the beryllium again. I wonder if you can rename your landing spot markers. There you go. We've surveyed all the resources. Actually, I think we've done a full survey of the planet. There's no unique resource, no unique like features. Oh, random coughing because of my lung damage. All right, well, I don't think this landing spot's going to be a winner for us. Even though I was kind of excited about the beryllium. I guess I'm out of range here. We're going to need some nickel for setting up a base, really. It might not be worth, like, considering setting up a base until we've got the nickel down. Okay, there's underground iron deposits. Right? Or not? Oh, right here. Hold on. Not really highlighting. But yeah, under here we've got underground iron. I feel like that might be too far from the beryllium, though, to have one base cover both. Your outposts do have a fairly generous radius, but not that much. Okay, if I pop back to our ship, so let's fast travel. I want to get up. I'm going to dump the resources again, just to make sure we're not carrying the extra weight. Because I don't know what direction we were walking off in there. I wasn't keeping track of that. Go here, go to inventory, go to resources, transfer. Actually, I may as well transfer the aid stuff as well, all that food stuff. Okay. Hop outside. Wait, how come I don't have the... Oh, there's the compass. Okay. Go away, extreme solar radiation warning. You're being very annoying right now. So, we had gone east over that way. Assuming the little extra ticky arrow is north. If I were to go straight north... Oh, now that's a little interesting. Okay, that's beryllium again, but a different beryllium deposit. More beryllium. Oh, aluminum. Okay, hold on. We can get beryllium and aluminum easily within one base. Like, ridiculously easy. Any chance of a third? Because we thought we were going to get a an H3 deposit as well. Beryllium, beryllium. Aluminum's right there, so we landed right on top of the aluminum. The first tab just got rid of the thing. Yeah, maybe we're in too narrow of an area. If it's going to go anywhere, it's going to be south. So this is south. So if we're going to run into H3, it's going to be... Oh, the way we basically traveled the first time. I don't know how far away we can see the deposits. I wonder if it's worth setting up an outpost just for aluminum and beryllium. I feel like those aren't things you use that early on. I mean, there's a helium deposit here, but that's just a... run up and manually pick it and probably take more lung damage, kind of. Yeah, lung damage became worse. Excellent. Okay, well, the landing spot marker, like where we landed, that will stay on the map. So we could choose to just come back here if we wanted to, but I don't think this is going to be the first base setup location. Oh, there's our H3. Hold on. Maybe. So, if we want to go into outpost mode, do we get a preview of the radius? Shoot, I don't see it. Okay. You there. Well, oh, you can. I think you can pick up your outpost again and just get it back. So we can put down a test drop and see what kind of radius we get. If we drop it basically kind of where our ship is, we might be able to get beryllium, aluminum, and H3 all in the radius. Or we'll get none of it. Okay, the only two extractors listed are aluminum and beryllium, so it's outside the radius. Yeah, that's how far we got there. But what if I just moved over a tiny bit? So now we can clearly see the deposit. For aluminum. And then beryllium. Okay, there we go. Just barely in our radius. Is there another one? No, so I don't think we can get the H3. Well, what we can do is I can leave this outpost marker here, right? Without us doing anything with it. I won't build anything. But what I'm going to do before we leave is I'm going to rename it. R. So this is going to be Alu, Berry, near H3. But not. But no. There you go. Alum, Berry, near H3, but no. So, because we can have, there's 8 outpost markers. I don't know if you can get more with, like certain skills or whatever. But we'll just leave it there now, but won't actually do anything with it. Oh. Right, I'm so used to my other game where my ramp is on the back. So these, I don't know if they respawn on load or when you edit the ship, but those packs seem to sometimes get their medicine again. I don't know what causes them to reset. Now, let's leave that marker there. Let's take another look at the actual planet rather than the moon. Now, the lungs will fix themselves automatically over time in friendly territory. We might take a med to help ourselves out with that. But I'm not going to worry about it now, not until I'm getting to combat. I don't know what the lung damage is, we can check. I'm betting it's like increased O2 consumption or reduced O2
Aim point
reload.
reached. Orbits.
Check. Sporadic O2 damage and detection event. Oh, the coughing means that people can hear me. That makes a lot of sense. So, over here, copper, water, chlorine. Now, copper is definitely something I felt like I needed early on. If we land right here, there'll be water mining, and theoretically, copper and chlorine in the same area too.
Stable.
Space trucking, space mining. I think that's a planet with an actual atmosphere, so it might be actually a nicer place to set up our base. It didn't actually land us all the way, because I guess we had to travel first. Do I have to, did it not keep the marker? Oh, that's a little annoying. But I think I was thinking about it right over here, was I not? Actually, I don't think it was, but this actually seems better. There's little wider bands. So yeah, I'm going to try to drop right in here. Frozen Plains.
Gear looks green. Ready to land.
Now, what was nice about the beryllium is it wasn't something we could scan from the surface. You can upgrade your scanner, not the surveying tool, but the scanner tool, which is the tier 2 tech stuff, which I think is supposed to reveal
Fire up your hand scanner.
these
I
less
bet you'll
common
find
stuff.
plenty here to catalogue.
Life signs. Look at those cool streaky mountains. Okay, so there's a copper deposit. And that's nice. Fluorine! Oh, hello. That wasn't on our scanner because we don't have it upgraded enough. I don't think that's a water deposit. I think that's just these a little bit of just a little bit of ice. We can go ahead and mine. Copper there, but we already have copper flagged. Oh, lootable hex. You know what? I already have lung damage. Let's just go ahead and loot that. Oh my god, yeah, my oxygen's going down like crazy. We've got some pled. Some scannable critters. May as well scan these while they're here. Yeah, maybe the overlap has to be a lot closer on the map for us to gain the benefit of it. Didn't find the water, but definitely fluorine and copper. That might be good enough. Nutrients, roots. Tons of copper. Let me swing to the other side. Fluorine there. I think there's 2 fluorine packs. Is there one there and one kind of off in that direction? That might give us a few more options for placing things. The copper is very close, including there. Oh, that's a fluorine there. So, I mean, those are 2 definitely within range. We might get lucky. Is there any chance there's water over here? For a base with triple resources. What's this? Copper. I mean, yeah, in theory, we like landed on it. Unless water doesn't show up as a mineable underground resource. That's possible. Maybe it's just available here because it's got snow. Now, I don't think when you place the outpost... Oh, hold on. It does tell you the available resources immediately. Well, dang. I didn't realize that. Okay. Hold on. Dude, where's my car? Okay, it's over there. I didn't realize that. In the top left corner. That's great. I wonder if it's based on where I'm standing or where it's like thinking of placing it. Cancel and then do it again. Is it still telling me? It's still telling me. Okay. I must just have water because of the terrain. Yeah, water, fluorine. The vapor one is blocked, but it produces water. It produces water. I'm wondering if the water vapor might just be planets with an atmosphere. And so it's just drawing it from the atmosphere, but we can actually take it out of the ground. Okay, that's quite good. Rename. Copper. I mean, I guess you can go CU, but I don't know. Copper, fluoro, water. Bam. There's currently no way to like list all your outposts in the game, which is kind of annoying. Hopefully there'll be a mod, or hopefully that gets added in. But anywhere you've got this outpost built has this little symbol here. And oops, it shows up when you're fully zoomed out. There you go. So even if we zoom out like super far, right? We still have that symbol, so we know we've got an outpost in this system. And in fact, if we click on this, we know it's on Narian. And then from here, we should be able to see, yeah, 2 different outpost symbols. And you go there. So it's not as great as having an actual list that you could quickly fast travel to. And hopefully we've got something like that, but it'll have to do. Let me place the copper extractor first, because I don't know how many resources I've got. But there's a good chance we need copper, and actually we can mine it like right here. So now I haven't done a lot of base building. Let me put down a copper extractor there.
I must have missed construction on your Constellation resume.
There's no resources over here, so I'm just going to put down a solar array. We need 5 power. This is going to produce 6 power for us. We need 5 power from the miner. Okay, that's set up. But then we're going to want the copper, because I think the this machine here only has capacity for like 10 or something. So we definitely want to put it into a solid container. So let's do that. And then you can chain these to increase... well, actually, I don't think it increases the capacity, but then you can have them transfer from one to another. I might... Oh, we don't have enough resources. Although adaptive frames, I could build them pretty easily. I'm going to go to modify mode and create a link from here to there. There you go. And yeah, you can keep chaining these links as much as you want. We do have a transfer container, which Allows you to transfer cargo while on board your ship, which does sound very useful, and it has its own stockpile space as well. I think there's a... Oh, view toggle. There you go. I was going to say, there's a fly cam here, which is quite nice. One of the things that is a little more annoying on PC than console is like the rotation speed of the items. We don't get to use like a stick with finer controls, so it actually does become a little bit awkward. But if the ship... I'm assuming the ship's going to land with the same orientation every time. I think we can build a proper landing pad later, but and drop that there. An outpost and ship, a building transfer container, fill the transfer container, create output links to it from extractors and builders. Right, so I guess we could have gone right from the extractor to there, but by doing this, we do a buffer. If this thing fills up, there'll still be some extra capacity over there. I don't know how you destroy a link. A chain of output links. Incoming items will fill up the storage container at the end first. Useful for providing storage for the output of extractors and builders. Yeah, what I might want to... Oh, I can click on the link itself. There we go, to delete it. Okay. Because what I might want to do is a bunch of the solid boxes. And have them chained to each other just so we can stockpile a crap ton of copper. In fact... Oh, no, right, I don't yet have the storage for it. Well, let's consider if I were to go... We're not going to build a proper house, but what I can do is if I got an industrial workbench over here, I can use this to build more frames. We have a cooking board station above our ship, and we have a research lab aboard our ship. But yeah, we're missing a few different resources here. What about more extractors? Do I have... I do have the resources for a fluorine extractor. We'll have to build more power as well. Extractors harvest resources over time. Most have to be placed in a vein. Some can be from the atmosphere. When it's full, it'll do that. Yeah, output link. Yeah, we'll work on it. So I can't do the water extractor anymore because I don't have any nickel. We also are going to need more power. I do have enough for another solar array, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to... It'd be nice if there was a snap to this. I don't think there's like a lock-to-grid kind of mechanic or anything. All that good enough. There we go. So now we have enough power. But we don't have enough storage. We need a gas storage, I think. But what I can do in the meantime is I can link you to here. In fact, maybe what I'll do is I'm gonna delete this link. There we go. So now our copper is just gonna go in this box. And that way we leave all the room in here for... Theoretically, this is working, yeah? It's pumping up and down. So at some point... Yeah, it must be working. At some point, we should get some fluorine in here. I kind of want to confirm that. I mean, there's nothing in its inventory, right? I did create the link. It's just really slow. I guess it must just be really slow. But this will keep running as I'm, running around the galaxy doing other things. Hopefully I set that up correctly. We needed some adaptive frames for something. Yeah, aluminum and iron. I wonder if this is the same... I don't know what the mass of these two are. It comes out the same. I don't know. We'll build a dozen, let's say.
Looks like you missed your calling.
I don't remember what we needed the frames for. Oh, build mode. Oh! Hang on. I do have the gas stuff. I just need the frames for that? Was I looking at the liquid? Where it didn't need... I might have been looking for the wrong thing. Oops. And yeah, I suspect at some point we're going to want to chain these, but for now, let me put that down, go into modify mode, delete this link, create, and then we'll go ahead and do those now, since there's not really going to be the same kind of conflict. There you go. It's got some fluorine in there now. Okay, good. So yeah, it's just, I guess, slower than the copper, but that's legit. So they'll both try to fill up this thing, and then when that gets filled, they'll fill up their individual containers for some overflow. I can't do the water extractor because that needed nickel. Yes. Now, we should maybe just be on the lookout to buy some nickel. I can hit R to track, but I don't really need to track everything necessarily. What I probably just need to do is write down like a shopping list of maybe what I want. There have been some great posts on Reddit as well that like, here are all the resources you need to set up your first starter base. Now, I'm a little curious about some of these structures. We could visit those, make sure our area is safe, but we're 35 minutes into this episode, so I guess I'll go and put a cut in there, and then I'll have to decide whether I'm exploring my neighborhood or if I'm going to continue doing a little bit of questing. I'm debating maybe poking around my local neighborhood first. We'll see. Although what I might do first, since the lung damage I've got is, I was going to say quite severe as I cough again, so I need an aid component with the little yellow burst. So, right here, an injector. Or some snake oil. Yeah, I don't know if it... I guess they both only do one thing. Well, the snake oil also gives us the O2 things, which I don't necessarily need immediately. Right, inventory. Yep, I know I'm suffering. There we go. Injectorize it. Lung damage cured. Beautiful. Oh, and I think I did pick up some extra resources. So yeah, I will just dump those in there. And yeah, in theory, if I am building on this planet, if I'm either, I think even in the ship, right? Although ship, I'm not really doing as much construction, but it should auto pull from my ship's cargo hold as well as the transfer thing here on this planet if I'm working on this planet. And what we can do long term is set up cargo links between outposts as well, so that I don't have to keep revisiting all these different outposts. I'll just have access to everything at maybe one centralized location. But that is going to have to come later. For now, we're okay. Carrying capacity is pretty good. Yeah, all right. Lovely. Hey, thanks for watching another episode. We got ourselves our first little outpost. Well, technically we set up two, but one we're not doing anything with yet. But this is going to be quite nice. And yeah, I don't know if it's randomized, but I know that you can visit these shipyards and they'll just give you very generic missions to like deliver like 500 units of copper, for example. And I know there's one of them in my main game that asks for copper specifically. So I'm quite happy to have a copper stockpile set up here. I don't know how, actually, can I interact with the cargo hold? Can I transfer from the planet from here? Oh yeah, I can. Neat. And what's the mass here? Okay, it can only hold 200 units. Well, that's probably in the transfer module itself. But yeah, we might want to make sure that there's enough capacity here. I think that I'll do that between episodes. I'm going to add more copper storage capacity if I've got the means for it, just to make sure that we can stockpile like up to 500 in case I get that quest specifically. Although I might also get the fluoro one, or I might get something completely different. I don't know what the capacity of this is, but I guess if I go to interact with it. Yeah, it's got a mass limit of 75, so we would really want to do more of these things if I actually have the ability, and I do. Oh, and then I'm out of resources, but still. However, I think these aren't actually merged. What we want to do here, I want to delete that line, and I want to connect you, say, to there, and then I want to connect this one to there, and then I want to connect this one to over here. So it'll fill there, 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 there. So everything will end up there until it's full, then it'll end up here until it's full, then there, then there. That's still not 500 in one go, but it'll be a start. We can get a big stockpile of copper ready to go for the future, and I've used up some more resources that are otherwise just clogging up my cargo bay. Although we do have extra cargo capacity because we've modified the Frontier. And all in all, I'm very pleased. Okay, folks, I'm going to see you next time. Bye-bye.